Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing just a get ready with me, kind of a more everyday makeup look. It's going to be pretty simple. I have some new products to talk about, some new products to try out. So let's just get started. So I already moisturized my face with just my regular collagen moisturizer. I got this jug at Ross and it's huge and it's going to last me forever. I kind of use it as my everyday moisturizer. And I mixed it with these Cover FX illuminating drops. I'm going for a very dewy, glowy look today. And I'm going to skip primer and use oil instead, just because I'm using my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion foundation, and this one is a little bit more dry, so I'm trying to get that glowy, dewy look with the long-lasting power of this. It's weird because the first time I tried this, I loved it, and then lately I haven't been liking it as much, but I think it's because of this primer that I've been using. This is from the brand The Ordinary, and it's their High Adhere Silicone Primer. I read super good reviews, and it's only like $5 on Sephora, so I bought it, and it does adhere your makeup, which could be a bad thing because I feel like it kind of made some parts of it patchy, and that's why my foundation wasn't blending very well, because I've been struggling with all my foundations lately, and I'm like, wait, it must be the new primer that I'm trying to use. And it's also weird because it says it's blurring and surface smoothing, but I feel like my pores were so accentuated when I used this primer, so pretty much I don't recommend it. Anyways, let's apply some of that oil on my face. And I'm actually starting out with bare brows today because I have been doing this thing where I do my brows closer to the end after I have my makeup on. It's just made it easier to achieve a more natural brow for me because I feel like I go a little bit overboard filling them in when I do them first. So I just do a couple pumps of this. Only a little bit comes out with each pump, so you kind of need a bit. And this might look a little yellow on me right now. I don't think I picked the right shade, especially in this lighting. It looks so yellow. I promise once it's blended out, it doesn't look this yellow, but my face is just really pink, so foundation tends to look yellow in contrast at first, but once it's blended out, it's actually pretty nice. I would say this is about a medium coverage. You can build it up to full coverage, but then it won't feel as light on the skin. Like I mentioned in my other video recently, I've just been having more oily skin lately this winter for some reason, and I've been looking for a foundation that's good for combo like dry and oily skin, but that still lasts long through my workday. And I loved this foundation at first, so I'm hoping now that I'm not using that other primer and now that my skin is super moisturized underneath, I hope that it'll be like a little bit better. For concealer, I'm going to use the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. I haven't used this in a minute. They came out with more shades actually, so this is the lightest in Ivory because their previous ones, the lightest one wasn't really light enough for me, and I didn't realize until I used it again that it's like not really full coverage. I remember when I started doing makeup, it was kind of the raved about product, and I did love it, and I thought it was like such great coverage, but now that I've used the Shape Tape and some other concealers, I go back to this and I'm like, it's actually pretty natural. And the applicator is kind of annoying because you can't tell how much product is coming out of the foam, so you usually wind it up too much or it's too dry. I mean, the concealer itself is good quality, but like the applicator and stuff is not my favorite. I've actually been thinking to do a video of products that I used to love. I know I've seen it on YouTube before, just like products that I used to use and rave about, and try them now and kind of see if I still love them. Let me know if you would like to see that. This concealer is perfect for today's look though, because it's a lot more natural and we're going for that natural glowy dewy look. So this foundation is looking super yellow on camera right now. It doesn't look as yellow in person, but it does all kind of even out once I bronze. I'm just very pink toned and I don't want my face to be pink toned. I purposely don't get pink toned foundations because I'm usually able to even it all out with contour and bronzer and all of that. So speaking of contour, I picked up the Lorac contour palette, and it comes with its own contour brush, which is like the softest brush I've ever felt. It's included in the kit, which for $45, that's pretty amazing. I picked it up at Kohl's, and I was swatching kind of the tester that was out, and it's just super creamy and buttery. They're all powders, and what I loved was that they had reasonable shades for my skin tone, and they also have a shimmery highlight. It's like everything you need in a contour kit. You get a really decent sized mirror as well. So let's see how this brush is gonna work. I don't want like too sharp of a line, so hopefully these blend nicely. I'm gonna start out with the medium contour just to play it a little bit safe. So right off the bat, brush is not my favorite. It's a little bit too narrow. I feel like maybe for my nose it might work better, but for the face I'm gonna use something different. I'm gonna go into the light contour just to kind of blend the harsh line. Whoa, that's the light shade. I'm confused. Let me swatch these just so I can understand what these colors are. Okay, so we have lightest, deepest, and then medium right there. The lightest isn't as light as it looks in the pan though, so they're super pigmented. Definitely use a light hand, but the good thing is they blend out nicely. So yeah, this brush actually works super well for a nose contour. I'm gonna use a little bit of the yellow and the beige to brighten up my under eyes. So I'm surprisingly not loving that contour kit so far. I think that I thought it would be lighter than it was, and maybe someone with a deeper skin tone will like it, but it's not working that well for me right now. And I think this is a perfect time to finally fill in my brows. I'm not really gonna talk through this part. To set my brows, I'm gonna use the ColourPop Brow Gel. This left brow always annoys me because the inner corner hairs like don't go up the same way as this brow. The hairs just don't grow the same direction. They grow more left. So I always have to use brow gel to kind of make them stick upwards. I also find that when I do my brows after my foundation and all of that, the pencil seems to have like more pigment. It's a little bit darker, so I can fill in those areas with no hair and I don't have to use the powder to deepen it up, which is nice. Okay, so now let's try out the highlight shade in this palette. I can't tell if it actually looks glowy or if it just looks like white spots on my face. So far, I think this palette is actually a pass. I'm really sad that it didn't work out for me. I really thought it was gonna be amazing, but you win some, you lose some. I also have a new blush to try out. This is the Burt's Bees blush in Bare Peach. Kathleen Lights was raving about their blushes. I don't know what her exact shade was that she got, but this one looked really pretty. Yes, this was just the thing I needed to bring life to my face. And I'm gonna dot like the tiniest amount on my nose as well. I'm gonna take the highlight from the Winter Queen palette from Sephora because this highlight is just not doing it for me. And then I'm gonna bronze up my face a little bit and my neck just to get things matching finally with the Milani Hermosa Rose Illuminating Powder. This has been the powder I reach for the most to bronze my face. I have been trying out the L'Oreal Lumi one, which is nice as well. It's a little bit more orange and the darker shades seem very, very sparkly. I don't know if that's just like a spray on top or if the whole thing is sparkly, but the lighter one isn't like glittery. So yeah, I don't know how the darker ones are, but I still like this Milani one the best. For the eyes, I'm gonna keep it super simple today. I'm just gonna take that bronzer that I just used and sweep it all over the lid. And then I'm also gonna take that same blush that I used and apply that on the lid. I really love this blush a lot, actually. Put some highlighter in my inner corner. I'm gonna quickly set my face to settle all that powder down. And I'm going to take the darkest shade of the Yes Please palette just to line my lash line a little bit to define it a little bit more. And then curl my lashes. For lips, I got another item from Kohl's, and this one's actually really, really good. I tried it last night. You get a lip kit with a matte liquid lipstick, a lip liner, and a sharpener up here. And it's a really good deal. It's like $6.99. The formula of the matte liquid lipstick is so good, and the lip liner is super good. It's just amazing quality for $6.99. They have a couple different colors. I got the shade Naked Peach. Here's a swatch of the lipstick, and then the lip liner's under there. It's just a really, really pretty color. It's not super peach. It's just like very, very nude. I love it. The formula on the matte dries down fully, but it's not like super crummy or overly drying. It's just super light on the lips. It's so nice. Let me tell you guys the brand. It's Academy of Color, and this is the shade Naked Peach. For mascara, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Megaplush mascara. I recently took this out of my mascara drawer, and I remembered why I liked it. The wand is like super bendy and flimsy. It's kind of hard to get used to at first, but it builds up volume in your lashes so well. Okay, so just to be extra, I am gonna add some gloss, both on my lid and on my lips. I'm gonna take this Lorac Gellar Color Luster Gloss. Very golden and has reflex in it. And then lastly, I'm gonna add some false freckles. I'm gonna use the City Color Brow Powder, and I kind of mix the two shades to make some lighter dots, some darker, and just kind of make it sporadic. And then you always gotta make sure to pat over it, because if you had real freckles and you had a full face of makeup on, you'd have some makeup on top of the freckles, you know? You gotta make it look like they're just peeking through, which I do have freckles underneath, but they're just not dark enough to peek through my makeup. And I'm using this little Tarte eyeliner brush. It's super tiny and pointed. I used to use my NYX microbrow pencil, and that one is a little too symmetrical and round, and it just looks like really perfect dots on your face. Alright guys, that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go to Kohl's now and return my contour palette. I'm so sad that didn't work out for me. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and follow me on Instagram, because I do a lot more interactive stuff on there, like polls to ask you guys what video you want to see next. I talk about a lot more products on there more frequently, so I'll put my username down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!